Welcome to another wonderful episode of the Diaspora Entrepreneurs Podcast. I'm your host, Victor Osio. Today, like I said on my last broadcast, that we'll be going more into lands, investment, construction, property development, and there's no better way to kick off this show by having someone who has tons of experience in acquiring some very, very key legal documents when it comes to property or development in Delta State. Today, we have the person of a senior management staff in the Ministry of Land and Survey in the Delta State capital, Sabah, the person of Khalil Ali O Mayers. Hello, Khalil. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm very well. And yourself?
We're fine over here. Just the
O-
weather.
Okay, good. Yeah, I understand the weather is scorching, but well, it's nothing we can do about that. We just have to adapt.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
And for someone who's used to working outside like yourself, how can you be complaining about the weather?
And most of the times, because it's weekends, you want to change, your way of life because that's the only time you have to relax. Are waiting on Monday for such pressure again.
Oh,
So being outside that now that the electricity system right now is not so working well, you have to start using gen and all that to so that you can have a good time at home.
okay, great. So you are a senior management staff in the Ministry of Lands
Ministry
and
of
Survey. So can you just tell us a little bit about yourself before we go into our main topic today?
Okay, you already know my name. I grew up in Sapler. That was where I was born into the Khalil family. I got this job 2007 as a level 8 officer, and I grew professionally to level 12 officer right now. Now, I'm a happy married man with 4 children, and I'm doing well in my profession.
Great. So today, Ali will be talking about how to obtain certificate of occupancy in Delta State. And I think Delta State is very peculiar because we are both from Delta State. I
Yes.
have uh, I have a property development company in Delta State, and you work with the Ministry of Lands. And from our previous discussion, there are so many things there are so many legal documents that are supposed that we should know about, which I believe so many people don't know, and there's so many misconceptions about these documents and how to go about it. So that is why we are here today, just to like unveil and give people the clear guidelines on how to obtain your CFO. And you are here to just to help us break it down so that we won't fall into the hands of rogue agents. Let me use that word, rogue agents. So yes, so
Okay, that's a nice one. First of all, you want to acquire a property, you have to first of all do a background check. Most important, the validity of the land. You have to be sure that first of all, you are buying from the rightful owner or from the rightful community. Because before you issue you a certificate of occupancy, those are the process that the government will also go and what check to be sure that the land is not forcefully acquired or acquired but fraudulently. Those are the first step.
yeah, but
Now,
so you're trying to just come in. I want to just lay a groundwork here. Why do we need a CFO? And when I mean CFO, I mean certificate of occupancy. But why do we need a CFO?
yes, that certificate of occupancy stands for you, is your legal ground, is a legal document that you can use either to obtain a facility from the bank or to keep in case of any uncertainty. Now, put you in a situation right now. You have a property, you don't have a CFO, and you are old and you're gone. Your uncles or your siblings they have the right to take that property from your kids because there's no title document that links it up to you. Because what people mostly do is that you have a deed, prepare a deed by a lawyer, and they'll say, okay, I'm good, I'm fine with the deed. No verification, no survey verification to be sure that the land is not in dispute, no survey verification to be sure that the land is not even in government acquisition. Are you getting me? Those are
Yeah,
the major reasons why you should have a certificate of occupancy.
great, great. So in a time of uncertainty, you can actually bequeath it to your loved ones, and if you want facility from the bank, and it kind of gives you um, a very strong leeway on,
Right of ownership.
yeah, very strong right of ownership. Okay, and are there steps? So why do people actually shy away from doing this?
Okay, first of all, because it's cost intensive and most of the times they always have issues during the process. You get a land, you do not do verification, you get a survey and you're not aware that it was lodged or not. When the ministry comes for inspection, they realize that your survey have not been lodged and maybe you have spent a lot of money on that. There's a building on that property and the building does not have a building approval. Among all those things, government will not issue a CFO on that property.
Are you saying there's already be a building in the property, government will not issue?
No, if you have a building on the property and there's no building approval, they will ask you to go and obtain your approval from Department of Town Planning
Oh,
so that you don't have issues with contraventions and you build in the area that you're not supposed to put, a building. Because normally when you're talking about building, you're supposed to follow the step backs so that you cannot like people having properties under high tension, government will not give you a certificate of occupancy. Government will not give you a building approval. It's only some fraudulent surveyors that will even survey those ones for you.
what about we've seen buildings close to pipelines? So what about those ones?
They have a how am I going to put it now? When you are building close to pipelines, they'll say, okay, let me just have so these numbers of or this length of setback from the pipeline. Okay, they will say, okay, like 30 meters from the pipeline. You must leave those lay down properties that
So what
you
about what? See, is there a set guideline say don't go close to this pipeline?
yes, if you look at those pipelines, like okay, let me take Sapler for example. If you go close to those pipelines at share routes, you don't know like or maybe right now, I don't know if those samples are still there. They'll say 30 meters from this place, do not do any development. That's why I see most pipeline, anywhere you see pipeline, they don't even grade those roads.
Hmm.
Anywhere you see pipeline, they don't grade it because maybe maintenance or exclusion or
Village and all those kind of
spillage,
things. Yeah.
they can have access to where the place is coming, where the spillage is happening, and fix it and get it done. That's why they say, okay, you don't build them, and it's not even too safe for humans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Health wise, it's not so safe for humans to build close to pipeline or high tension. It's not so safe. Case of accident, there might be a serious accident and everybody get electrocuted.
I have this land that I need to develop, or before I buy this land, what are the steps do I need to do and I have to
Okay,
do?
okay. First of all, you want to buy land A, you have to get a surveyor to pick the points, chart it to be sure it's not on government what acquisition. That's one. On the other hand, you do your background check to be sure that you're buying from the rightful owner, either inherited or purchased by the person that's selling to you. That's one. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Two, after getting those things, you go for your words, your deeds. After signing your deeds, be sure that the signature of the seller is the exact signature that is on the paycheck that you are giving.
The paycheck. What do you
Because
mean paycheck?
I've seen people having issues coming out that I did not sell this property to you. The deed that you are showing, that is not my signature. Like you, if I'm buying property from you, I'm paying you. I
Yeah.
should be able to verify your signature in your account. That is
Mm.
that same signature that is on the deed.
Mm.
Because you can come out another day and like, I did not sign this thing. Yeah, this is my name. Yes, this is my stuff. Yes, but I did not sign it. It's only, and even if you want to take it up, it's only when you have the strength to take it up that you not start calling for someone's bank statement, saying police to go around. You know,
Mm-hmm.
all those things, those processes are very difficult here.
Yeah.
So, but normally, before you buy a property, be sure you are buying it from the rightful owner or from the person that the land was allocated to, even if it's a community land.
Okay.
That's one.
So after doing your verification, your background check, and make sure that the signatures, the kind of match. So and you've picked up
Yeah,
the
yeah.
points, and you chat. What is chatting?
Charting is to take the coordinates of the land. The surveyor will come and take the coordinates of the land, the 4 point coordinates. They'll take it to the ministry to chat in our chatting room.
Yeah.
There, all the coordinates of all government acquisition and non-government acquisition, they are all inside the chatting room. So when you do that, they will give you a chatting report that this land is free from government or is inside government with acquisition.
And if it does not fall under government acquisition, what's the next step we go for? What's the next step?
The next step is to go and do your survey and let the survey be done by a registered surveyor. And after that, let them lodge it. After doing the lodgement in less than 2 weeks or 3 weeks, then they will give you a lodgement certificate. After lodgement, you will have a lodgement certificate.
Okay. But
And
not
after the
not
lodge,
not receipt or anything like that.
there's a receipt now. There's a receipt.
Okay.
There's a receipt. But they will also give you a lodgement certificate. The certificate is just like a printout
Oh,
that indicates all like 10 names that because surveyors they lodge 10 names. They don't lodge individually.
okay.
They'll pile it up like 10, they'll lodge. So the printout that the minister have signed, they'll give it to you, photocopy, to show that okay, this thing is already lodged in the ministry.
Okay,
So
good.
that's step number two.
Okay.
Yeah. Step number three, you will now come to the ministry with your deeds and your survey. They will now do assessment.
What do you mean
After
assessment?
assessment, if it's for commercial purpose, if it's for a residential purpose, or if it's for an or agricultural purpose or church.
Oh, for church.
Churches have CFOs of their property.
Oh, I thought that would be under commercial.
No, churches are not under commercial, no, because churches don't pay tax in Nigeria, so they are not commercial.
That would be interesting to know. So churches and agriculture, which one is more?
They're almost at par. Churches are lower than residential because they tag all of them as non-trading organization.
Oh, okay. So this is assessment. You have categories now, like churches.
Churches, commercial, that's to do with factory, uh, factories, hotels, filling stations, bus stations, fast food. Are you getting me?
Yeah,
Those are
you
the
know that
major.
commercial.
Those are the major commercial. If you want to be a shopping complex, those are commercial. Then residential, as it implies, where you are staying not just for
Mm-hmm.
residential purpose. Then agriculture, they don't do, they don't consider 100 by 100 or 100 by 200 for agriculture because they feel that land is small. So there is either from 5, 6 plots and above.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you now consider okay, you can apply for agricultural CFO, which also apply for churches and all that.
So after the assessment, what does it take? So after your assessment now, what does it take now?
After you have done your assessment, you see all the charges. Then the requirements you're going to bring you have to bring 2 passports, your tax clearance, personal tax clearance. If it's a company name used in purchasing the property, you provide the company tax clearance. Then if it's individual, you bring your personal tax clearance and also a photocopy of your biodata page, either your international passport, driver's license, or voter's card that is applicable in Nigeria.
Hmm. Okay. So with all those, so you mentioned um stamp duty.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's done on the deed.
Oh,
They are under that one is under Board of Internal Revenue.
okay. So how is that calculated?
It's calculated. Stamp duty is done 5.5% of purchase. 5.5% of purchase. Then if the land is lower than the minimum value, they will not value at because every local government has their minimum value.
Oh,
Zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and zone 4.
oh really?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
We'll
like
come.
for instance now, can I start breaking that one down for you?
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay, now Wari, Asaba, and main environment of Sape, they are in zone 1. I'm not talking about Bekoko, this area. At least you should
Yeah,
know it, but I
the
don't think
interior.
everyone knows it. The interiors. They don't know, they're not in zone 1. Those one are in zone 2. Ugeli, Ugeli, Kwale, and some part of Saple, they're in zone 2. Are you there?
Yes, I
They're,
am. I
they're,
am.
they're in zone 2. Then when you're talking about all those interior, like Ubeji, no, Ubeji is in zone 2. Talking about like all those deep Isoko, all those villages, and those are
Yeah,
one
the
that
interiors. Yeah.
the main interiors. Those are one that in zone 3 and zone 4.
Okay. Okay. So say we acquire a property now for say 50 million naira.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you acquire property for 50 million naira, you start by paying your stamp duty 5.5% of 50 million. Then there is a fixed amount for certificate of occupancy. That's for government
Regardless of the purchase price.
yes, regardless of purchase price. This government just made it like that. Initially, it was 15% of your purchase price. That becomes your consent fee. But now, even if you bought the land for 1 billion naira and someone that bought it for that same 50 million, if it's the same on one plot, 100 by 100, that is like 879 square meters,
Mm-hmm.
is the same cost of CFO.
Oh. So what was the percentage in Delta State?
That one doesn't have percentage.
Okay.
It's just straight figure. If your land is in Wari, Saple, and Asaba, there's a certain amount straight.
Okay.
It does not
Okay.
go up, does not come down. If you like, even if you bought the property for even 10,000 naira,
Mm.
you will pay that exact fee for somebody that bought it for 1 billion.
Oh. So okay, what about how do you calculate inherited properties then?
You know, that deed of gift for CFO is the same thing. It's just that the cost of stamp duty is reduced.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So, the elephant in the room. So, how long does this whole process take? Because I
If
think
all
we'll
your
be having.
documents are in, okay, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
If all the documents are in place, everything, your deed, your survey lodged, if there's a building approval, if your tax clearance is available, and all the funds are available, it's not more than 6 months.
Six
You're done.
months. 6 months.
Yes, sir.
So, where do we get this notion from? That this notion that is less than 3 months. Oh, if you do your CFO, see, 3 months time you
And
get it.
that's like I keep telling people, you can find out from anybody that you know that have done CFO in the ministry. There's nobody that have done it for 3 months because of all these processes. Before they come for your inspection, they go for bulk inspection. And when they go for bulk inspection, they also bring out bulk reports. It takes like almost less than a month for your file to be on the advert when you print, when you see on the pointer newspaper, because they will advertise it to show if there is any person that will come and lay claim that this property does not belong to you, it's for me, and all that. Then there will not be like an objection that they should not give you a CFO. And that one is for 21 days. Because anything that exceeds 21 days, any other petition will be null and void.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So it must at least, you're saying at least 6 months.
It's not if you have someone that's following it up well, it's not more than 6 months.
Okay, that is great. Because it seems there's so many steps that we need to go through, and these steps. Do you actually need someone to follow it up, or just when you pay to the government, the thing just take its natural course, or you must put an eye on
And
it?
yeah, definitely. All documents in, it's a ministry work. No matter how we try to make it look somehow, or rather try to make it look not not how am I going to put it now? No matter how we're going to say it, somebody have to follow it up. One, because of lost in transit, misfiling of
Mm,
documents, some receipts falling out because of wear and tear. Are you getting me? Then
mm,
someone also have to, even for any reason, when they are even coming for inspection, they have to call somebody because they don't even know you. Like some people that are not in the country, they'll call. And when they
mhm.
call, somebody have to answer that call and take
Yeah.
them to where the land is. And somebody has to also still call, okay, how far have you gone with my file? Has it left town planning? Has it gone to survey department? Have they printed the, have they been to insert the pink paper? All those things. Is my receipt cleared? Am I okay? Is the file moving for estate value, town planning report, and all that?
Mm.
So what I like to know, somebody have to still go along with your file, not carrying it, but at
Okay.
least checking it table to table.
Okay. Great. So, and at the end of the day, so let us bring this to a round now, to a close now. So at the end of the day, after you go through this background check, you go through picking of the points and
Points for
chatting
chatting.
and chatting. Then you can go ahead. If you've not purchased, you can go ahead to purchase. But if you already purchased, you do your survey and your lodgement. You get your.
Yes.
Yeah. How long is the survey? How long is the? I know the survey comes out like the next day, but
Yes.
the
The next
lodgement, but the
2
lodgement,
week 2 weeks.
2 weeks
Yes.
after it's been submitted by a registered surveyor.
Yes.
Mhm. Then deeds as well. So when you want to, after you've gotten the survey certification now,
Yes.
mhm, now you take your, if you want to go ahead with the CFO immediately, you take your CFO and your
Take your
deeds.
D.
Yeah, it no, sorry, not your CFO. You take your deeds and your survey now. Eh? You take it for
Yes.
assessment
Yes.
within the Ministry of Lands.
Yes.
Yeah, so they do your assessment, they give you your costing, which is 5.5 standard of purchase price.
Stamp, but that's what stamp duty. Then they will tell you how much you are paying for the CFO itself.
Yeah. Then your passport photograph, your biodata page.
That's a page.
Yeah, all
Tax
those things.
clearance,
Personal tax clearance.
and if it's the
Yeah.
company certificate of incorporation.
That's if you purchase with the company name.
Yes.
But if you didn't purchase with the company name, you don't need that.
No, you don't need all those. You don't need all those things.
Okay. But if it's a personal one, you just bring your personal
Your
tax
personal tax
clearance.
clearance.
Yeah. From Delta State.
Yes.
Okay. And if person does not reside in Delta State, how do you do that?
Well, for now, it's only Delta and it has to be Delta or federal. If you are a federal civil servant,
Yeah.
it's also accepted as they are paying under FIRS.
Yeah.
They also accept it.
So what about if you not reside in Delta State and you have your FRS clearance?
Yeah, if you have a FIRS, it's okay now. That's okay.
Okay.
Not other states tax clearance.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay. So guys, you hear now. And Ali, see, some of these guys that will be watching us or that are listening to us now, they might want to like get in touch with you because they have one issue or the other to like sort out, or maybe do CFO or do lodgement or need further clarification of what we've just discussed now.
Okay.
Yeah, if they want to reach you, how can they reach you?
You can call me now. You can call
Okay,
me, or if they're in Nigeria, they come to the office. Just ask of my name. They'll take them to my office.
okay. And if they want to call you, what number can they call, or your email, or which one?
And it's better to call. Can I call the number for them to hear?
Yes.
Okay. 080
Yeah.
680
Yeah.
41088.
Yeah. Okay. So you hear now. So if you are in the diaspora and you have property interest in Delta State, you can reach out to Ali for more clarification, to guide you on the processes that you need to follow. And the number again to get direct with him is 234-8068-041-06088.
Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully the number will be on the screen, but that is how it is now. So Ali, thank you very much for spending your time with us on this show, and
Yeah.
thank you for the clarity. And as time goes on, we might have to call you back for one or two clarification.
No problem.
Yes,
I'm all ears.
yeah, because there's so many uh, misinformation going on within land procurement, acquisition, and I believe you can share more light on different aspects and how to go
Sure.
about to like verify stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and how
Sure.
to do your due diligence as well. Yeah.
No
So,
problem. It's okay.
so no problems. Thank you very much for hanging out with us.
Yeah. Thank you also.
Yeah.
Happy to
So
happy to
guys,
have that.
you've heard from Ali, who is senior management staff at the Ministry of Lands in Asaba, the Delta State capital, and you've heard all he has said regards how the steps to follow to do your CFO, and don't get um, don't get sidetracked by people that will tell you that it's going to take you less than 3 months or no. Now this is the ministry guys. They're telling you that not up to 6 months. So if everything is complete, it takes less than 6 months to get your CFO. So and follow the steps. Do your due diligence. That's what I would say. Before buying any property, before investing your hard-earned cash in buying any property, make sure you do your due diligence.
Diligent.
Check if it's within government acquisition. Check the true ownership of the land, and in short, just keep checking. Just keep checking. That's what I would say. Just keep checking. You get.
Just
And
keep
until next
checking
time.
and never stop
Yeah.
checking. Yes.
I never stop
Have a blessed
checking.
day.
Yeah. Never stop checking. Land can
I'm
be
telling you.
something else.
I'm telling
You get.
you.
There are
I'm
different, so
telling
many
you.
stories coming out. So
Yeah.
just keep checking. Make sure you do your due diligence. So for me,
And let me,
that's what,
I just
yeah,
remembered something now. I just remembered something. There's a case that's in the ministry now.
yeah.
A land that have CFO for 1986,
Hmm.
and the parents are already dead. The children don't even stay in Nigeria, but they are with the documents abroad. So when they came, and they came to ministry to verify that they want to get their properties and the location, they now realize that if the state has even issued another CFO to another person. So when you are buying property, like I keep saying, never stop checking. Just keep checking to be sure that this place does not have a document, does not have any level of anything that will hinder you from taking full possession of the land.
So
Don't be carried away.
how did the state make that kind of dangerous mistake?
A change of government. Then was military time, and maybe the books were not handed over fully. But they've corrected all those things now. Those CFOs that they have in recent government that is not in line with those ones was already in existence. They had to withdraw those CFO and allow those old ones to stand.
Okay, so they have to withdraw the new one and allow the old one to stand.
Yes. So that's
Uh,
what's on ground now. Yeah. Be sure what you're buying. Buy from the rightful owner. Don't feel this land, oh, it's very cheap. I want to buy it. You might end up buying a very, very wrong land. Because there's some property that looks too smooth to be true.
mhm.
And you have no option than to just buy.
Yeah.
Because you just, oh, this is the God sent.
Mhm.
Unknown to you that you are going down. So that's why I say you should do a background check, check and check and check. At least you have me now. They can call me any property they are buying. I can check for them in the ministry, and I can also check on ground to be sure that the thing is not, there's no issue and all that. Thank you.
Okay, good. Because it's a very good thing that we are um going direct to the ministry to know, and people from management team to understand how these things have been done. Get so. Thank you very much, Ali. I'm very grateful for this, and we'll speak soon.
Sure.
All right,
Sure. Have a
bye.
blessed day. Yeah,
Yeah, you
bye.
too. Bye.
Hey, double. Oh my leg, carry me go. Hey, oh my leg, carry me go. Anywhere better day, carry me go. Anywhere better day, carry me go. Hey, my people of Sapele. Now so my leg they carry me enter Sapele for inside Afro Garden Estate for Eko Amukbe opposite Sonkai. Hey, Sapele people, this estate not be for everybody. Now for those people who like private life, those people where they from Sapele go London, go America, go Abuja, go Lagos, go the buy houses. No, what do they find for Sokoto? You get your Sokoto now. As we dey talk so, work don dey go on for the estate already. If you buy land for this Afro Garden Estate, no community development fee, no agency fee, no more CDA. CDA na Community Development Association. No community harassment, no deve. Nobody go come in and say, give me deve before you start to the build. Nobody go come and say, hey, is the chair, is the woman. All those things not there. As you buy, you begin build. If you decide to leave and say you never want to start to the build, the land they very secure. And from this our estate to Benin Airport, now just 45 minutes. And from here to Osubi Airport for Wari, now 30 minutes. You see, I say everything. Then else, you see this our estate, now center to anywhere where you go, even to your in-law house, to your girlfriend house, to anywhere where you go for Sapele and outside Sapele. Before you go ask me the things where we are going to enjoy for this estate, now me go first tell you, inside this Afro Garden Estate, we get recreation center, we get fitness center for this place. If you dey stay this estate, you no need to go inside town go gym. We get electric fence. We get solar street light. In case NEPA even take light. NEPA no dey take light here sha o. But just in case, all the street light go still dey on. 24-hour security. In case you no know, this our estate, sports bar dey, swimming pool dey, shopping mall dey, everything dey inside this our estate. For Eko Abukbe, opposite Songhai. To buy land for this Afro Garden estate, you fit buy 450 square meter for 2.3 million. Our bonus price now 1.8 million. We also get 700 square meter for 3.2 million. But our bonus price for that one now 2.8 million. My Sapele people, instead of you to carry that money go club, you got the plant away. Hype man go come to help you. Hey God, take that money. If a billions, you got the buy smoke. They spend money for their bank. Tomorrow you got to tell us say I get them before. Also, carry that money come Afro Garden Estate, come build the house. And in case you want telephone them or visit their office for more details, their telephone number now 080-373-24029 or 080-634-15649. Their office address now 121B Sapele Wari Road, Sapele, Delta State. For this Afro Garden Estate, you fit buy your land here. They pay instrumentally. The meaning of instrumentally be say you fit dey pay small. But that one no mean say you go pay collector take buy land. Do like this, God forbid, you no go pay collector take build house. God go bless you. You go there among the people wey go buy once, they build once. My name na Privilege Son, and I leave you with this question: are we still brethren?